Good morning from Mount Rainier National Park. This is Steve with my hiking buddies Chris.
Hello.
And Gino.
Good morning.
And today we're on the Wonderland Trail. We just started up from Fryingpan Creek trailhead on the east side of the park. The trailhead's on the White River Road. And we're heading up to two destinations. First is Summerland, and Summerland's known for its spectacular flower meadows, and they should be in full bloom today. And then we're going to continue up the Wonderland to Panhandle Gap, which is the high point of the Wonderland Trail. It's about 7,000 feet elevation. So we haven't been up here in a long time. Been looking forward to getting up here, especially on a day where the flowers are in bloom. So hope you enjoy this one. As always, thanks for hiking with us. Hey, this is Steve checking in. Wanted to give you some info. For those of you who don't know, we're on the Wonderland Trail, which is a 93-mile loop around the base of Mount Rainier. This is actually kind of something you don't see much on the Wonderland because you gain or lose 20,000 feet of elevation over the course of the 93 miles. So you're either going up or down. So we've got kind of a long level stretch here that we're on. And actually the trail here is very wide and nice tread. And we're like this the first 3 miles today up to Fryingpan Creek, and that's off to our left. We get close to it at times and then we kind of veer away from it, but at about 3 miles up the line here from where we started, we're going to cross a bridge over the creek and then begin our ascent up to Summerland and the meadows up there. But the other thing I was going to mention, I mentioned Summerland Camp. The Wonderland has camps, I want to say, every 5 or 6 miles apart. And basically the camp has between 2 to 8 tent sites where you can put up your tent. There's a water source close by and a bathroom close by. In the summer, you need reservations. You just can't walk up there and put your tent down. And so anyway, one of the guys, when we started this morning down in the parking lot, was coming up here. He had his overnight gear and stuff. So we will check in up the way and let's see, what else? We started at about 5:45, and Chris doesn't have a thermometer in his car, but it's a bit nippy out here this morning, guys. I say it's about 45, 48 maybe, but real nice. So we're on our way up to Fryingpan Creek. We'll check in up there. We've reached the bridge over Fryingpan Creek. There it is. I'm going to shut off here for a second, kind of do some things with my pack, and then I'll pick it up on the other side as I cross the bridge. Stand by. Made it across. We're on the other side of Fryingpan Creek and we're out of the forest now, and the views really open up here as we hike through some of the flower meadows below Summerland. Beautiful morning, real cool. A lot of looping. Okay, we're continuing up. Summerland will be our next stop. And that peak right there is Little Tahoma. Came around the corner of the trail and I've got a deer in front of me. How about that? We're kind of at a viewpoint here. Mount Rainier. Little Tahoma kind of obscured by the trees. We're almost at the switchbacks. And I think we got 8 or 9 of them up to Summerland. So we're getting there. Gino made a comment, we haven't seen anybody since we left the parking lot. There were the 2 people getting ready down there, but there's been no one ahead of us and no one coming down from Summerland. So kind of nice this morning. Cool. Clear skies, as you can see, and we're heading up to Summerland. Looking forward to it. We'll be there in probably 20-30 minutes. We'll check in up there. Got to start the switchbacks. So Gino is herding that deer up toward Chris and I. He went in the bushes down below us, and Gino's down below us, and he hears Gino and he's coming up to Chris and me. How do you like that, Chris? Pretty cool. Gosh, he's only about 30 feet away as he heads off into the brush. Pretty cool. We're at one of the switchback turns, and this is our view. About halfway up. Right up over that ridge is Summerland, and you can kind of start seeing some flowers right through here. This is actually the winter route. People head right up this draw here. We're going over this way. Almost there. So our pet deer is following us up the switchbacks. Here he is down here. There's actually 2 of them, but he has followed us up here. He's looking around. It's kind of interesting. Pretty cool. Okay. We're going to head up the trail here. But how cool is that? Little after 8 and we made it to Summerland. Right up over this rise. A field of lupin. Here's somebody talking at the camp over there. Not as many flowers as I thought there would be. We'll go up to the backcountry shelter and take a look. You can see it through the trees here. I'm going to swing around and take a look at Mount Rainier in a second here. Little Tahoma. Mr. Moon up there. Pretty cool. A few people camped at Summerland. We were talking to them, and there's the trail we're going to go on here in a minute. I'm filming here because there's a guy filtering water down here, and we'll head down there and take a break by this little creek. Start filming when I get down there. So we've left Sunrise and we're starting to climb the Panhandle, and we've exchanged some trail info with a guy who started at 3 a.m. Same parking lot as us, and he's already been to Panhandle Gap and back, so sounds like the snow is manageable up there, so that's good. We're heading up to the rock field. Welcome to the rock. Okay, we're going to be out in the open too, so it's going to get toasty. We'll check in up the line. So that's the White River way down there where we came in at this morning. And then, like I said down below, we go from the forest to just this rocky, alien-like landscape up here. Trail cuts through all the rocks. Got a waterfall over there. Fryingpan Creek. Hopefully the bridge is in. We also met 2 guys that are running the Wonderland Trail down below, and they're on their first day. They're doing 30 miles a day. One of them, I said, what are you doing for food? Because they didn't have a lot of stuff in their pack, and they said one guy's wife was meeting them at Cougar Rock Campground tonight. So, okay, I'm going to put the camera away. I don't want to slip and fall on some of these rocks. We're going around the bend here. A lot of rocks. A rocky hike from here on. Fryingpan Creek flowing. We're heading through the rocks. A lot of short steps through here. Got to watch your footing. There's a couple people out ahead of us. I saw, we got to cross Fryingpan Creek on a bridge up here, and I just saw them cross the bridge and they're heading up. See one of the guys now, he's way up there. So, don't know if he's a through hiker or a day hiker like us. We're going to find out. Well, thankfully the bridge is in over Fryingpan Creek. I'll take you with me as I cross it. I know some people, before the snow melted out, were crossing this snowfield, and as you can see, the creek actually comes under it. Kind of a dangerous thing to do, so we'll cross it right here. And we've made it over. Now, I'm looking for a cairn to tell us which way to go. We're in this rock field. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera away and kind of look for the cairn. I saw where the other guy went. Oh, it's right over here. Here's the trail. Okay. Yeah, up in here, they put up rock cairns for you to follow, and comes in handy at times, because sometimes the trail's tough to see, especially in the morning light here. It's sunny, and this is what I'm talking about. That's a rock cairn. So follow that, and we'll just keep on going. We got a guy ahead of us. I was telling the guys, he's got a pretty big pack, so it makes me think he's a Wonderland hiker. Gino said it looks like the moon other than the running water, doesn't it? A little bit of snow. Real rocky up here. Tundra-like. And then on the far hillside, it's all green. Okay, we'll check in up the line. Still going to Panhandle Gap. We got a little tarn up here on this snowfield. Kind of blue-green in color. We skirt around it. I'll tell you, there's a nice breeze blowing here. Kind of got shaded by the sun, so that makes it real nice. Got hot there in the sun for a minute, but yeah, this tarn is right over here. Seasonal, obviously not here in the winter, but it fills up with snow melt, and as you can see, it's rippled from the nice breeze. A lot of people just come up here and wait, but we're heading up to the gap up there. So onward and upward. Still a little bit of snow here. There's the trail. We're heading up to that U up there. That's the gap. There, I saw the guy ahead of us up ahead, not too far ahead of us. Swing around. It's kind of gotten a little clouded up. The sun's blocked here, so it's nice. I'll tell you, there's that tarn that we passed earlier, so you can see we climbed up above it. Mount Rainier, Little Tahoma, but quite a interesting area here. Glad Panhandle Gap isn't there. Okay, one final push here and we should be there. FYI, it's a little after 9. I think we should be up there about 9:30. We'll see when we get there. A little slower than I thought, but we've been stopping a lot, talking to people, taking a lot of photos, checking out the site, so to be expected. Okay, check in a bit. Little snow travel here. The two runners have passed us. Heading up to Panhandle Gap. We're on the snow. Not too bad here. Gap's over around this ridge here. It's over to the right. Right about in there. So we're pretty close. There's Mount Rainier, and we've come from way, way down there. And we're almost at the gap. See the two hikers right there, and it's right over that last ridge. 10 minutes away, if that. And we're going to be in the shade because it's warm here in the sun, so we'll get going. Almost at the gap, but I wanted to show you the view from the trail here. There's that tarn, And off to the right you can see the trail that we came up. So we've really made good, lot of ground here through the rocks. This is actually, we're kind of relieved because this section is usually got a snowfield, and as you can see it slopes to my right pretty steep and it's kind of treacherous, but today no problemo. Okay, we're almost at the gap. Good thing because I'm running out of gas. We'll check in a minute. So we made it to Panhandle Gap. We're talking to a Wonderland through hiker, and your name is, sir?
Caleb.
Caleb? Mm-hmm. Caleb is on his 4th day out. Kind of see Mount Adams through the haze there. The trail actually from here goes over this way, and then it descends down to Indian Bar. I'll swing around because we got a 360-degree view here. There's Mount Rainier.
See any bears at all?
And
I saw a bear print.
Morning.
Morning.
There's those tarns we were at in the trail. Summerland is way in the heck down there.
Right before you cross the timber, across the log bridge.
Creek, yeah.
Yeah, I saw this big bear print.
Oh, someone coming up the snowfield behind us. A lot of people coming up already.
Yeah,
We got to take a break, get some snacks and water here. I'm run out of gas on that last stretch.
Smoke from the wildfires? Something hazy.
Kind of see Mount Adams in the distance. Wonderland's got some snow still on it. No wind up here, guys. But I'll tell you, the sun's shielded by the clouds, and it's real pleasant. Very nice. Well, all good things must come to an end, and the Three Amigos are going to head back down to Summerland. Got to filter some water down there. I'm running out. Okay, we'll check in on the way down. One last look at Panhandle Gap. So typically this section of the trail is covered in snow pretty late into the summer, and we're very thankful because this is a steep runoff this way. We're looking down at that tarn. But very loose soil here. It gets real slick, so we've got a little bit of rock and snow travel to go. We're going around there, and then you see that guy coming there? Guy or gal? That's where we're going. So I'm going to shut off here for a bit. And then we're going to go way back over this way, down to the tarn. Okay, we'll check in a bit. So there's where we were at the gap, where those guys are, and we're making good progress down. It's a little after 10 a.m. We've already seen, gosh, let me think, 4, 5, 6 hikers already this morning. They started coming up. I've never seen that many people up at Panhandle Gap, and then we've seen 3 more on the way down once we left the gap. Excuse me, 4, so we've seen 7. So, busy morning. Glad we started early. The tarn down below us, and there's Rainier. I got to tell you, the saving thing for us today is the cloud cover is limited the long-range views, but boy, it has cooled us down nicely. So I'm watching my footing here because it's quite rocky, as you can see. So, whoop. Little bit of snow right below the gap, but nothing like years past. So we traversed that. Now we just got all these rocks and loose shale and stuff. Boy, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4 hikers ahead of us. 5, 6. Wow. Okay, I'll check in down the line. A little quicker trip down to the tarn. We're already at the tarn. I think we left the gap about 20 minutes ago. We've been stopping and talking. We've run into, gosh, counting the guys we saw at the gap, and then here on the trail, 17 people already. Kind of mixed between Wonderland through hikers and day hikers. So been real interesting to ask people if they're out for the day or out for a week plus. There's that tarn, kind of a blue-green color. There's a waterfall way up on that ridge there, if you can see it. Mount Rainier's blocked again by the escarpment ahead of us there. But we're very thankful for the cloud cover. I can't say that enough. It's really kept us cool through here. So, okay, I'm gonna probably shut down the film unless something interesting happens till we get down outside of Summerland, and then I'll shoot some footage down there. We're gonna filter some water down at that creek. Just kind of a rocky, desolate place, isn't it? Okay, we will continue onward. So I mentioned that bridge being in down there. This is why you got to be safe. You can see the water undermining this snowfield here, and you don't want to go over that. You might drop in and drop down there, so it's a good thing the bridge is in. But yeah, just an FYI from me on this. If you ever see a snowfield, make sure the water isn't undermined it like this. And we're off the rocks and back to the outskirts of Summerland and all their flower meadows here. So one slip on the loose stuff, but that was it. Not too bad. Negotiated all those rocks. We're up to 33 people already. Big crowd this morning. And we're going to take a break here, and I'm going to filter some water for us. So we'll check in down the line. Some clouds behind Mount Rainier there, and Little Tahoma to the left. But really a nice day. Temps are just perfect. Okay, we'll check in down the line. So we're done filtering water here. Chris has started down ahead of us. Gino and I filtered our water, and we're having a snack. You can probably hear me munching on it. Gino, what'd you think of that lemon bar?
Awesome.
What word would you use? Scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
We're up to 51 people. It's like a convention down here. Holy smoke. Okay. I gotta chew this thing down. We gotta get out of here. My buddy Chris out ahead of me. And I was mentioning up above, flower meadows up in Summerland look to be past their prime, unfortunately. The heather's all kind of burned out. There was some lupin. Didn't see any avalanche lilies, so we're approaching the bridge over Fryingpan Creek, and we'll check in there and give you a hiker count. Kind of shocked at how many people we're seeing already. A little before 11 here. Okay, we'll check in a bit. As Chris crosses the bridge, Chris Cross, a famous singer. 83 hikers from Panhandle Gap to this point. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Gino wondered if we were going to see 100, and I said, I think we'll see 100 easy. So I'm going to cross the bridge here. One thing I wanted to mention, when you cross a bridge like this with a stream underneath that's running pretty swiftly, you want to unbuckle your pack and put it on one shoulder. Reason why is if you by chance stumble in, you can drop that pack off instead of it weighing you down and you're on your back like a turtle. So I'm going to take a break from filming and get across this bridge, unbuckle my pack, and then buckle it on the other side. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey, this is Steve checking in one final time. Haven't filmed since we left the bridge over Fryingpan Creek. Not much to see here in the woods, and I think the 12-mile distance today has taken its toll on this old amigo. We've all been pretty quiet here, but 122 hikers to this point. We still got a ways to go before we get to the parking lot, but we're up to 122. So we saw between Panhandle Gap and the Fryingpan Creek Bridge, we saw 85. And so 122, what's that? 37 more from the bridge down to here. So anyway, it's cleared off a bit. We were saying we are so thankful that we did this early because it would be miserable out there in those rocks right now in the sun, in the full sun. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. A little bit of variety today. Some woods and some rocks and all kinds of stuff. Some deer. Oh, we got some runners behind us. Hold on. So I heard voices behind me and thought, are Gino and Chris running up behind me? But it's two guys we saw up in the Panhandle Gap area that ran up there, and now they're running back down. But anyway, so we already counted them before, so 122. Fun hike, just long, wore me out. So let's see, next week, maybe Burroughs Mountain. We'll see, but hope you enjoyed this one. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.